What if government could take control of assets built using foreign donations after an NGO loses its registration? That is exactly why India's new Foreign Contribution Regulation Amendment Bill 2026 has generated intense debate. Supporters say it is essential to protect national security and prevent misuse of foreign funds. Critics argue it could give the government excessive control over civil society organizations. So what exactly is changing? How is India different from countries like the United States, Australia, the United Kingdom, and China? Let us understand everything in simple language. First, let us understand what FCRA actually is. The Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, commonly called FCRA, was first introduced in 1976 during the emergency period by the then Congress government. Its objective was simple: to regulate foreign donations received by Indian organizations so that foreign money is not used to influence politics, public opinion, elections, or national security. In 2010, India replaced the old law with a stronger FCRA. In 2020, another amendment introduced stricter compliance. Now, in 2026, the government has proposed another major amendment. Today, roughly 16,000 organizations remain registered under FCRA, while other 22,000 registrations have been cancelled over the years and many others have expired or were not renewed. Why the government says this bill is needed? According to the government, there was a legal gap in the existing law. Suppose an NGO loses its FCRA registration. What happens to the buildings, schools, hospitals, vehicles, or other assets created using foreign funds? The previous law mentioned that such assets should vest with a prescribed authority, but no details mechanism existed. The new amendment seeks to create a complete legal framework for managing these assets. The government argues this will prevent misuse of foreign-funded assets, improve transparency, strengthen accountability, and protect national interest. Let us look at the biggest proposed changes. Number 1. Creation of a designated authority. This is probably the biggest change. The central government can notify a designated authority. If an NGO's registration is cancelled, surrendered, or ceases, foreign-funded assets may provisionally vest in this authority. The authority may supervise, manage, and eventually dispose of such assets according to the law. Number 2. More situations where registration ceases. Earlier, focus was mainly on cancellation. Now, registration can effectively cease itself. Renewal is not applied for, renewal is refused, or registration expires without renewal. This widens the situations in which the new provisions may apply. Number 3. Assets partly created using foreign funds. The bill doesn't only refer to assets created entirely from foreign donations. It can also apply to assets created partly using foreign contributions. This has become one of the most debated provisions. Number 4. Reporting obligations. If an organization becomes inactive or defunct, its key functionaries will have new legal obligations to inform the government. Failure to comply may have legal consequences. Number 5. Liability of office bearers. The bill expands responsibility of directors, trustees, and office bearers. Key functionaries may be held responsible for violations unless they demonstrate due diligence or lack of knowledge. Number 6. Investigation changes. Interestingly, while the bill proposes reducing the maximum imprisonment for certain offences, it also introduces a requirement for prior central government approval before investigations into offences begin. Now, let us look at how other countries handle foreign fundings. India is not the only country regulating foreign funding. Let us compare. United States. The US has the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA. Organizations acting on behalf of foreign governments must disclose their activities. However, it does not broadly regulate all foreign charitable donations in the same way India's FCRA does. Australia operates the Foreign Influence Transparency Scheme. Its primary goal is transparency regarding political influence rather than restricting ordinary charitable donations. The United Kingdom regulates charities through the Charity Commission. Financial reporting requirements are strict, but there is generally no equivalent blanket foreign funding law like India's FCRA. China has one of the world's strictest systems. Foreign NGOs must register with authorities and often work under government supervision. Compared with many democracies, China's regulatory framework is much more restrictive. So, every country have their own rules and regulations to restrict and regulate the use of foreign funding by non-governmental organizations. India is estimated to have over 3 million NGOs, making it one of the largest NGO ecosystems in the world. By comparison, the United States has about 2 million registered non-profit organizations. China has around 900,000 registered social organizations. The United Kingdom has about 170,000 registered charities. And Australia has roughly 65,000 registered charities. So in this comparative study, we see in India, we have maximum non-governmental organizations registered than any of the developed nations. There have been several high-profile allegations, investigations, and legal actions in India related to the misuse of foreign funding under the FCRA framework. Here are some of the best-known examples often cited in discussions about FCRA regulations. Number 1. Greenpeace India. 2014-2015, authorities alleged that foreign funds were being used for activities that harmed India's economic interests, particularly campaign against coal and industrial projects. Number 2, Ford Foundation. 2015, the government raised concerns about grants given to certain Indian organizations involved in politically sensitive issues. Number 3, Compassion International. Authorities cited concerns related to FCRA complaints and alleged activities linked to religious conversion. Number 4, Amnesty International India. 2018-2020. Authorities alleged that foreign money was routed into India in violation of FCRA rules. Number 5, Sabrang Trust. Authorities alleged that foreign funds were used for purposes not permitted under FCRA. Number 6, Missionaries of Charity. 2021. The organization's FCRA renewal was initially not approved. Number 7, 2010 to 2020s, authorities have repeatedly alleged that some NGOs used foreign funds for political lobbying, organizing protests, influencing public policy, funding campaigns against infrastructure projects, activities linked to religious conversion. So, the successive governments have argued that foreign funding can be misused and therefore they have tightened the FCRA regulations. Supporters versus critics. Supporters argue foreign money can influence politics, national security, religious conversion, public opinion, or strategic interests. Therefore, stronger oversight is necessary. Critics respond that greater executive control over NGO assets, broader government powers, and uncertainty for donors could discourage legitimate social work in education, healthcare, disaster relief, and research. Some experts also question whether adequate judicial safeguards exist before asset control measures are implemented. Conclusion. The FCRA Amendment Bill 2026 is far more than a technical amendment. It proposes significant changes to how foreign-funded assets are managed if organizations lose their FCRA status. Whether one views it as stronger national security or greater state control depends largely on perspective. What is certain is that if enacted, it could reshape the functioning of thousands of NGOs and charities across India. Now, we would like to hear from you. Do you think India needs stricter regulations of foreign funding, or should safeguards for civil society organizations be strengthened? Share your views respectfully in the comments below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on defense, geopolitics, and current affairs. Thank you for watching.